let's be real. On paper, working hours seem pretty reasonable, but in reality, they just stretch. And after a while, it kind of takes a bit more out of you than you expect. Put one finger down if you work beyond these hours. And if you commute an hour each way, you're probably waking up around 6 and getting home around 7. And that is if you are lucky. By the time you're home, you're just trying to survive. In this video, I'm not going to tell you to completely change your life. Instead, I will be sharing small, low-effort ways to make your day feel a little better. Because I work crazy hours too, so I get it. We will break it down based on the small pockets of time you already have. Think of this as a mix and match. Pick what works for you and build your own personalized routine. Let's start with commuting. Because if you think about it, you're already spending so much time there anyway. Instead of seeing it as wasted time, being sandwiched in the train is actually a good time to mentally plan your day. You can plan your top 3 tasks at work or 3 things you want to do when you get home. So instead of spending an hour planning your day, you just do it on the way to work. And when you reach, you already know what to do. But honestly, some days you're just tired, like fully drained kind of tired. So just zone out, listen to music, podcasts, or simply sit in silence. And if you can, just look outside, catch the sunset, the night lights. Because once you get home, everything starts again. Dinner, dishes, shower, repeat. So this might be the only time you get to just hit the pause button. I don't like dragging myself to the toilet for a shower. Well, hear me out. Showering is the first thing I do before work and the first thing I do when I get home. It helps you freshen up and gives you a clearer headspace. I live in Malaysia. It's super hot. Like, you have to shower. Weirdly enough, some of my best ideas or random thoughts about life just come during showers. I don't know why. Give this video a like if that happens to you too. But I get it. Some of you finish work at 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. You don't have the energy. In that case, wet wipes, quick rinse, sleep. Just do the easiest version of taking care of yourself. This isn't about doing it perfectly, it's about doing what's realistic. Reading is one of those things that sounds good in theory, but after a long day, it can feel like a lot. So I stopped forcing it. Now I treat reading as something light, something flexible. If you like self-help books, that's great. I've shared some recommendations in the video linked at the top, so feel free to check it out after this video. Alternatively, here's a list of genres you can explore. And if sitting sounds painful, my housemate introduced me to an app called Deep Stash. Oh, this is not a sponsored video, by the way. It breaks ideas into visuals so you don't have to read long paragraphs. Okay, one of my favorites, the 5-minute drink moment. I don't know why, but making a drink just feels therapeutic. I cannot function without my morning coffee. I'm also not ashamed to admit that I am a coffee addict. So tea calms me down at night. If I can't sleep, I will opt for chamomile tea. If I feel like being a bit productive, green tea would be my go-to. But honestly, it's not even about the drink. It's the act of making it. If your evenings feel chaotic, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you have more on your plate. I'm not a parent, but my mom always told me her me time was basically zero when raising me. Instead of trying to do more, try making things softer. The lighting of the room calmed my mom down a lot, especially warm lighting. White light can be a bit harsh. I realized the same thing for myself. Dim your lights in the evening. It helps your body wind down. You don't need anything fancy. I mean, I got this from DIY, so small change, but sometimes small is all you need. Some days you just don't want to think, and that's when movies come in. You can make it cute, dress up, set the vibe, or just stay in your PJs and watch something chill. I usually keep it under 2 hours because we still have work tomorrow. So here's a list of my under 2-hour movie recommendations. At some point, you need something that's just yours. Not work, not school. just yours. That's where hobbies or passion projects come in. If you don't have one yet, I made a video on 30 different ideas you can try. It's linked in the description box, so feel free to check that out. For me, it's YouTube. I enjoy the whole process from ideating to filming to posting. The thing about passion projects is that it doesn't have to be big, just something you can slowly build over time. So something I've been doing for years is journaling. Sometimes your mind is just full and you don't need to solve anything, you just need somewhere to put your thoughts. In that case, journal your thoughts. At the end of the month, I do something a bit more reflective. I'll look at small wins, what went well, what didn't, and what I want to focus on next. I used to have multiple journals, a reflective one, a daily one, even a junk journal. Of course, I didn't keep up with all of them because it's unrealistic, but I think that's the point. Journaling isn't about being consistent or perfect, it's about getting things out of your head and putting them somewhere else. And if you still have some energy left, you can go for a short walk. This one is simple, but it works. It worked well for my dad. Fresh air and movement can really clear your head, but for me, I'm usually too tired at night, so it's not always part of my routine. And last but not least, please get some sleep. Ooh, that rhymes. You don't have to do all of this every day. This isn't about being productive all the time. It's just giving you options depending on how much energy you have. At the end of the day, you don't need a perfect routine. You just need enough energy to do it again tomorrow. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!